Even if I was not invited to these August chambers today, you had already honored me beyond words. You touched my soul. Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. This is what we require in this country from leadership. What you've done for me today, we go out there to send a very positive signal to the private sector and to Nigerians and all citizens as a whole, that in that private moment of you taking some decisions that will touch lives of your compatriots, there are people all over the place who will recognize what you've done and give you the necessary support. I thank you all for allowing me to come here to address you this morning. I've never been so honored. Once again, I've never been so honored. It was a spontaneous decision to do this. I didn't do it for any publicity. In fact, I was at the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority where airline operators went to have a meeting with the DG of the NCAA, and I was seeing pictures, gory pictures of my compatriots suffering and being dehumanized in faraway South Africa. And not only that, a whole country was being lampooned and indicted. Everybody was being indicted as long as you're Nigerian. And I felt this should stop. So there and then, I said, I am going to evacuate these people. That was what I told the DG. I want to evacuate these people. Can you give me permission? The last But I don't give a damn if my private purse is affected as long as my compatriots are saved. I decided to mortgage that permit to be doing daily flights to do this, because I'm not going to go to my grave with my wallet. I've said it several times. I'm not going to go to my grave with the size of my bank account, but I will peacefully see my maker if I know I've left some legacies behind. So I decided to do this. I don't need a penny, I don't need a dime from anybody, and I've never been given any by anybody, not by government, not by anybody. The only thing I demanded from the government of the day was get the High Commission in South Africa to get my countrymen and women together for me to come and move them out of that place in order to restore respect to our dignity as a nation. And I'm very happy to announce to you that that singular act has brought a lot of respect for Nigeria worldwide. You see, I commend the President and Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces, President Muhammad Buhari, for the matured way he handled the issue of xenophobia in South Africa in the face of debilitating and very annoying provocation that could make any country to take the wrong decision. But our president showed a lot of maturity in handling the issue. And that deserves a lot of commendation. Some people might say, oh, go in there and kill them, go in there and do this. No, he stepped aside. And the evacuation also couldn't have been possible if the federal government didn't allow me or didn't get those people for me to even evacuate, because I don't live in South Africa. And it's not only me today. The Consul General of the Nigerian High Commission over there, Mr. Godwin Adama, has not slept in the last 5 days. That man deserves to be applauded. My pilots and the 18 team of APs that went on a rescue mission, because in the first instance, South Africa never wanted evacuation to take place. Evacuation, for your information, is not a good thing for any country. It doesn't do any country any good image. But this is a non-violence action we did. It's a non-violence action. We are criminals. We are drug pushers. We are scammers. Okay, allow my people to go. That is why I decided to deploy the 777 to take Nigerians away from that place, to restore our respect as a nation. And that we have already gotten. That is why everybody is going about begging you now and begging Nigeria. It wouldn't have happened if the evacuation didn't take place. The evacuation has helped us. Not only as a nation, it will help other countries too. I'll tell you that xenophobia will die a natural death soon because of this evacuation, because flights are flying half empty to that country, stocks have dropped, And a lot of people are asking questions. Is your country still safe? I can see Nigerians are evacuating. And that was why their government came up to say there was never any evacuation. And where the international press put it to them and said, look, but Nigerians evacuated 187. Actually, it was a Nigerian businessman who owns an airline that sent somebody. Nigerian government never, is the same still evacuation. And today, as I speak to you, 319 had just checked in. We are bringing them back home. Some of these Nigerians have been stranded in South Africa for over 4 years. And they didn't have money to even buy a flight ticket back. And some of them also feared being arrested for having overstayed their welcome. So this particular thing has helped both South Africa, it has helped both Nigerians. We don't need people who will not represent us well to be out there. So it's a good thing that we are evacuating them. And at the same time, I call on government to look at the plight of those who have lost everything they've worked for. I cried. Why did I weep? When I got into the aircraft to welcome them, somebody was shouting down the aisle that she lost 2 of her children. And the only 2 remaining, she never knew she could come back to Nigeria alive with them again. They had lost hope. So she was saying, God bless you. You're not a human being. You are just God sent. You're not. Then I broke down. That was why I cried. And I'm sure the whole world joined me in crying when they were looking at those pictures. And I want to use this opportunity to thank you once again. I don't want to take most of your time, but to tell you that APIS is ready to evacuate Nigerians. We are ready to go into South Africa as long as there is one single Nigerian remaining in that country to be evacuated. And we are doing it free of charge because money is not everything. The kind of support we've gotten from Nigerians through your commendations and everything, it has really gladdened our heart to the extent that my pilots and my cabin crew who are doing this rescue mission, who would always stand out there for 24 hours because they were trying to frustrate us. They didn't want us to evacuate. They pleaded with the Nigerian High Commission not to do it, but they told them, look, we can't stop this private citizen. Those cabin crews stood up for 24 hours because they delayed us for 15 hours before allowing us to do the first evacuation. They came back to Nigeria and refused to take their allowance. They said, this is our own contribution to the nation, Nigeria. In the last 1 week, this country has bonded. In the last 1 week, this nation has bonded. No more Hausa, no more Yoruba, no more Igbo, I'm Ijo, I'm this. Let me use this opportunity to preach to all of you here, the representatives of our people. Please, let me tell you this. As long as we fight against each other, so long shall we not have a nation. But if we continue to fight for each other, take this for example. If Abdulaziz, the one that gave quit notice, wakes up one morning and goes to Imo State and comes out from Imo and says, look, federal government, the federal roads in Imo State are dilapidated. You must do it. This is somebody from Kano now fighting for people in Imo State. Take, for instance, the IPOB people and even their chief, the Nnamdi Kanu, comes up tomorrow and says, the people in the north, they need a lot of water to irrigate their farms. They're into farming. Federal government, you must do something for these northerners. You must do something for people in Zamfara to be able to go to their farms peacefully, to be able to do this. If this is coming crisscross from all over the place, we have a nation. But the situation where we allow ourselves go back to our cocoons and fight for only our own section in a multicultural Nigeria is a recipe for danger. I'll leave you with this. It is only when, and except only when, we start fighting for each other as against what is happening now, can we have a nation. I believe in broad nationalism as against ethnic nationalism. I want Nigerians to first and foremost say, I'm Nigerian, like the Americans do. The American nation, excuse me, is the melting point of all ethnic nationalities in the world. You have Hausa America, you have Igbo America, you have Yoruba America, you have Tiv America, you have Anglo-America from England, you have Franco-Americans from France, you have Russo-Americans from Russia. But once they get that passport, what they profess, when you encounter him, the first thing he says is America. When you encounter a Nigerian, the first thing he says, I'm Igbo, I'm Hausa, I'm Fulani, I'm this. This country is blessed. 378 ethnic nationalities, not 250, that made up this country. That is a recipe for strength. Can we decide this day to harness this strength in diversity? Thank you, and God bless you.
Honors also be transmitted immediately to the President. Thank you very much. Mr. Onema, thank you very much for your... Honorable Henry. Importance before we go to the first order of the day.